Welcome to the greatest sports show in the world. Good week, everybody. Good week. Happy New Year. Week after Christmas. We just did a New Year. I'm here with my friend Jason. Jason, what's going on, my man?
What's happening, Nick?
Not much. Just got back from Disney, the Mouse Land, last night, and Universal, and I got one day to get all my shit done, and then I go to Philadelphia, and I'm not coming home in between. Then we got the Binghamton pond hockey tournament right after that. So a busy day. But I messaged you and said, "Hey, we got a podcast," and you said,
"We got to do it for the people."
Yeah, we got to do it for the people. And you said, "Well, we can't do it at night. Can you do it during the day?" And I said, "You know what? I'll sacrifice things that I got to get done for the people."
I appreciate that. The people.
It's called the people. It's called procrastination, really, and it's mainly because I've learned in all my life, I've learned that procrastination is actually what creates everything great in this world. Because while you're procrastinating, you're thinking of other cool things that you want to be doing instead of what you should be doing. And that's how Elon created Tesla, for sure. SpaceX, probably. Starlink, Cybertruck. What other cool shit has he created? I don't know, but
he botched the whole Twitter thing. But other than that, he's done some good shit.
He did botch the Twitter thing. When I say, let me ask you, because you seem like you're more, because you're only on Twitter, X, whatever. Yeah. When I say, hey, tweet me, should I say X me now, or what should we say?
I'm sticking with tweet.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
It's got better brand recognition, which Elon should be smart enough to know. You stick with the better brand recognition.
You stick with the brand for sure. Yeah. Well, speaking of Twitter, why don't you tell the folks where they can find us?
All right, they can find us on all social media, including Twitter/X at the BLPA. They can find you at Nicker Jones on Twitter, the Nicker Jones on Instagram, and you can find me only on the Twitter at Beer League Jason.
That's true. That's where you can find us. Find us OnlyFans. I got denied. Monetized. It said something about I wasn't being truthful about who I was.
Okay.
But I am BLPA.
Well, famous. They probably figured no way that the Nicker Jones is trying to get on OnlyFans.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna keep working at that. You can subscribe to us on Facebook. I don't know how you do it. I don't know which you don't really get anything right now. Maybe we should give stuff to people that subscribe. I don't know, but they have that. That's the way we can monetize. And when we monetize, guess what? Jason's getting paid.
Yeah.
Right. And the show will be better. I do got a pretty big announcement about what's about to happen. I'm leaving tomorrow for Philadelphia.
Okay.
Could be the next BLPA Mecca. It might be supplanting Columbus. I don't know. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying maybe.
There's rumblings out there that it could be.
Yeah, but look what's happening.
Oh, the drone's coming out.
Drone Aginla is going to make his first debut at the Philly Dex. Look how small this thing is. Like if you just and then you fold this motherfucker up, and it's just like it's in your pocket.
Yep. I have the same one, so
that's nuts.
Yeah, and the video's really good on it. Solid.
Okay. Well, we're gonna see. We're gonna see how good it is when I fly. Maybe I'll crash it. I don't know. I bought the protection
controller with the screen on it.
Oh yeah, bud. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, bud. Look, I'm not gonna use my phone. Oh look at us on that big screen. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I haven't flown a drone really since I lost the one in Salzburg, Austria. Not because I don't want. It's just I just didn't want to pay another $1,000 to get one because it fucking flew off. But I bought the protection plan, so if I lose this one, I get one free.
I bought the protection plan as well.
Yeah, because I'm going to wreck it. This is what I'm pretty crazy when it comes to flying drones. Like I'm pretty adventurous. Yeah. And so I'm probably going to hit something.
Yeah.
People, someone, I don't know. I'm going to hit something. So this is a early morning episode, mainly because, like I said, I'm busy. Jason's busy. He's got things going on, and we just thought, hey, we're gonna do something different. We're gonna do it right in the middle of the day, and let people, because you're probably at work right now. People are back at work. I think. I don't know their schedules, but I would imagine they're back at work. What better way to get paid than to watch us podcast?
Yeah, I agree. So, if I could get paid to watch us podcast, that's what I would do.
Yeah. I would like for them to pay to watch us podcast, but down the line. Yeah, what's up, Joe? Sue is home. Sue, I didn't even think you worked. I thought Bill supported you. Just your lavish lifestyle of traveling around and goaling for places like Team Mexico. And what's up, Joe? What's up, James? Let's read this because this is a scam, but I like to read this one. Here we go. As a millionaire who is living his best life, I was also suffering at a time and knows how hard it is to pay bills. I'll be giving $1,000 each to assist the payment for the first 10 lucky people that hit me up with God did. Love you.
Hey, can we make God did our slogan for 2024?
Yeah, God did. Listen, here's the deal, James. Why don't you fund our show?
Yeah, we'll take it.
And we'll say, God did. We'll say it all the time.
Yeah.
Another one. And people still waiting on the OnlyFans link. They should have listened from the first. I explained to them what's happening. What's up, Anthony? All right, let's talk about what's coming on. We got Philly this weekend outdoor. They talked about maybe a snowmageddon or rain. Okay. Could be either or. Could be either or. I don't know. So that's going to be interesting. It's an outdoor rink. I'm pretty jacked. One thing that I forgot is that when I booked this, I verbally agreed to a cabin right behind the rink. Okay. So it could get wild at this cabin. 7 bedrooms in this thing. Oh. 7 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. That's fake. I don't know if that's true, but if it's 1 bathroom, it'll just be me. But we got a bunch of people hanging out this weekend, and so I'm super stoked about that. What's up, Lolo? What's up, Maddie Bentz? Say hello to your ACL for me. And so we got a lot of stuff, and then I'm gonna go to Oklahoma and grab some things for 1 day. Okay. And I'm going straight back to Binghamton, New York. So
it seems like
Philly, boom, boom, boom. It's mover and shaker.
I feel like you could have went to Oklahoma first. Like you're here, and then you could have went like here, and then like here, and then like there.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, a smart man would have done that.
Oh, okay. Got it.
And I am relatively intelligent on some. Like a lot of people say, I'm very book smart, but I don't have much common sense, which is probably true. But I think you can't have common sense to do crazy things that people tell you not to do all the time, right?
Yeah.
But
it's to be common.
Yeah, uncommon man. That's
exactly.
Me.
Yeah.
I because I was gone. Like I just got home last night. We had a nice little trip. We'll talk about that in a second. But I had a nice little trip, and I just had 1 day today to get all my stuff together. I got to go to the doctor. I got to do a bunch of different things. So then I'm going to go to Oklahoma. I'm going to see my dad for a day, and then boom, back up to Binghamton, New York for another pond hockey tournament. So I'm super stoked about that. Opening up all the tournaments. Open it up. Listen, Matt is throwing shade at me. The very first episode that we have about just for that, I hope endless 6 a.m. flights for all of 2024.
Well, he already knows you have one tomorrow.
Yeah, because I X'd it.
Yeah.
No.
Tweeted it.
I tweeted it, yeah. Yeah, I tweeted it because I am going to have one tomorrow. And then guess what? I have one Monday to go to Oklahoma. I have one Wednesday to go to Binghamton. And I'm sure I have one for the next day, Binghamton coming back to Calgary. So
So Matt's wish is already coming true.
And you know what? I feel like he pre-wished this on me, and now here I am stuck in a cycle. But I'll get him. I'm going to book a noon flight. You don't worry about that, Maddie. And listen, and you know what? Even though you're mean to me, I hope plenty of health and stability for your ACL. So
yeah, I hope it comes back stronger than ever.
Yeah, I hope you're skating like nobody's been, like the fucking wind, bud.
What if it was like Rookie of the Year where it came back, healed up like that, but it was just the one leg, so like he just skates in circles because his other leg can't keep up.
So and he'd have to tear his other. That's a movie. He'd have to tear his other ACL so it would heal back. So then you have to find all the ways to tear it. But he never could because all his other ACL was so strong.
It was keeping it all together.
Yeah. So that's a pretty good movie. I mean, wonder what you would have to do. Interesting.
We should pitch that to Hollywood.
Yeah, Disney for sure.
That's definitely a Disney movie.
Segue. Speaking of Disney, I was just at Disneyland, and guess what, Matt? Oh, listen. When first off, I was mad the first time I went to Disney with Cooper. It was in March of 2022, and this is why I was mad because I turned 40 in 2022, and I turned 40 on 2/22/22. Okay. That's fucking magical. And I wanted to go somewhere cool. I wanted to go to like fucking Rome. That's my 40th birthday. But my wife said, no, it's your kid's 5th birthday. The next month, we're going to Disney. And so I was already irrationally mad at my family, but also at Disney for no reason than just my kid was 5 and wanted to go there.
Sure.
but then I went and I had a good time, and we've now been 4 times in the last 2 years. So when I say we need to get paid to do this podcast, it's because Disney is not for the faint of heart. Cheap.
No, it's not cheap.
Listen, I get it, but you know how many fucking people are in there? They can knock off a few bucks, bud. Just a few of them. Break. Like, give me $100 off a night at the hotel for shit's sakes. Yeah. But and speaking of Disney not making money, so I don't like to wait in lines, and I'm gonna pay not to wait in lines. Hence, sure. Genie Plus, whatever, right? We stayed at the Disneyland Resort, so that way we could get in an hour early to the park and get a few things before people got in there, right? But there's one of my favorite rides is the Cars ride in California Adventure. Have you been on that one? Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so fun. Yeah. I just love. I love
the mountains.
Oh, it's beautiful, scenic.
Yeah.
But sometimes rides break.
Yeah. And the Cars one breaks a lot, I feel like.
Does it? Yeah. Well, I mean, we've had pretty good luck, but we booked one on our first day. We only had 2 days at Disney. We did the park hopper, so we Disney in the morning and then California Adventure at night, and the next day we did California Adventure in the day, Disney at night, right? So we did California Adventure at night on the first day, and we booked the Cars ride. But by the time we got over there, I think it's 11 or 1 when you can get over there on the park hopper. And by the time we got over there, it was like 5:30 or 6 o'clock to ride the Cars ride. We're like, cool, we've never seen it at night, so it'll be in the mountains, the picturesque, you know. And when it's our turn to go, it's broke down, and they can't tell us when it's broke down. And on the genie for that, you got to pay $21 each to book the genie.
Okay.
For that ride, for that exact ride, right?
Right.
And it's a 3.5 hour wait if you don't, and I'm not waiting. I mean, 3.5 hours.
No chance.
Yeah, it's $7 an hour. I make more than $7 an hour sometimes. And so we did it, and it was broke, and they couldn't tell us when it was going to go up. Well, my kid goes to bed at 7 o'clock, so we're like, okay, we got to walk back. So I guess we'll just leave. So we leave, and I'm like, hey, what's going to happen? They're like, oh, they'll just refund you if it's not used, right? I'm like, okay, cool. Well, they never refunded us. So the next day we went in, and we're like, hey, we came over at like 6 o'clock, and they said it was closed, so they couldn't tell us. So we left. So, but you know, what's the deal? And they're like, oh, it opened at 6:04, and so we're not going to refund you. And I'm like, you do not need my fucking donation to this place. Just okay. I said, okay, we've already rode it today. I paid again to ride it. We've already rode it. Just let me ride it again.
Yeah.
I'll get on it. And they're like, no, you can only ride it once with the genie. And so I was pretty upset. But other than that, Disney is a great fucking. I love Disney. I mean, Cooper loves it. He gets so excited. One thing that was special, my kid's a crybaby. I'm gonna just he's a sensitive dude, right?
Yeah.
So we waited in a line to see Mickey, but they said, "Oh, Mickey's gonna leave now. So we can grab a picture while he's walking by." But my kid has gotten into these autograph things, Disney books. Yeah. Yep. He wanted me to autograph it, not a big deal, but I didn't. I didn't autograph it, and I said, "Oh, that sucks." And so Cooper starts to cry. And Mickey's like trying to take a picture. I'm like, oh no, it's okay, Mickey. Cooper, you know, he's sad. He wanted your autograph. And Mickey's like, and he tells me to go wait, like he stations for me to go wait around the corner. And I do. And then Mickey comes back after he's walking, and he like signs it, and then he takes Cooper's hand and walks with him around, did like a tour, like waving at people. And so my kid thinks he's just fucking everything, right? Yeah. And so then he finally Mickey tells him, he's like, he points to his eyes. And he shows tears, and then he says, "No, like, you know, don't do it." And they made him pinky promise, and that was great. My kid was over the moon, right? Because that didn't happen all the time, right? And so it was pretty cool. And then he gets excited when he sees people and they wave at him, like they're doing the parade, and they wave, and he's like, "Yeah, they waved at me, waved at me." And so Disney's a really cool place for that, but it also makes me realize how if a lot like a tweet I saw you put, that guy that got fined for throwing beer for $1 set, and he got fined $1.17. You're like, you know how many people I would punch or throw? You know how many kids I would punch if the fine was only $1?
Oh yeah,
so many kids.
Just passing out $2 bills, telling them to keep the change.
Yeah, I would literally walk up to him and say, "Here's $2." They'd be like, "What's this for?" And I go, "Bam!" right in the face, "Bam!" And I would go until my arms fell off. And so that's the other. I don't know if that's a negative part of Disney. Maybe that's good, but I realized that how much I want to punch kids.
Yeah.
So I think I could probably take. How many 6-year-olds at one time do you think we could take?
The number's large because 6-year-olds they can't organize. So I'm not worried about them coming in with any sort of strategy.
Mm-hmm.
And like you're really only going to have to like punch one good time before you put the fear in all of them. And then once they have the fear,
but then they run. But then you're not taking them on. So there'd have to be
I'm standing my ground. So bring it.
Yeah, but if they run away, then you're not fighting them because they're gone.
I mean, I am fighting them. They're running.
Are you going to chase them?
No.
So you're just saying
how many I would fight. Like, put me in a room with 100 of those kids, and I think I could take them.
Yeah, well, me too. I mean, yeah, but I mean, what's the max though? Like, what? Like, at what point? You said they can't organize, but eventually there's a point where they're like,
it's probably 200 or more.
200 or more. Yeah,
again,
200 would be hard to take if they were all coming at you at once. 200 would be hard to take.
I'd just be doing circles with my arms out. Just I mean, you got to be a little bit lower, but just popping them.
I mean, I think we could take quite a few of them. John in the comments says, "Try working at Disney. It's rough but entertaining." I couldn't do it.
No chance.
I could not.
No chance.
There's just not there's not enough. There probably is an amount they could pay me to where I would be thinking like, okay, take this. You're making $500,000 a year to do this.
Right.
And I just couldn't. And Sue's right when they say she'd rather punch a parent.
Yeah, it's the parents' fault for sure for the way they act.
I can't take as many parents at one time as I could 6-year-olds though.
No,
so
probably just one for me, and it would have to be a specific parent.
Because we know, like we know that parents are so upset because they want the best for their kids.
Sure.
So if you're punching their kids, you're in fact hurting them more than what you could hurt them just for punching, right?
Yeah.
So when we're talking about fighting 6-year-olds, it's just that the parents can't come get in.
No. This is 6-year-olds only, and we're just throwing haymakers.
Mm-hmm. Or windmills.
I definitely couldn't work at Disney because listen, like I like my kids most days. Some days I don't even like them, but I fucking hate other kids. I just hate them.
Yeah, I agree, and sometimes I hate my kid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Most days I love my kid. Some days I hate them, but most other kids I hate all the time.
Like yesterday on the car to the airport, my kid, like I just wanted to be like, get out. Like you don't even need to come home with us. Like he was singing some song.
Find a new family.
I mean, the song at the first time was funny, but my mistake was I laughed at it, and so then he kept going because the song was something about farting. Some farts leave skids. Some farts leave skids. Some farts leave poop. Some fart, and it was funny. I was like, that's a pretty good one. And he asked me like, what do you rate that out of 10, Dad? I'm like 10.
10 out of 10, every time.
He took you and he took that and said, well, that means if it's a 10, I'm going to sing it 10,000 times.
Yeah.
And that was it. So, but John says he worked there for 10 years, and there are some funny things to see while you're working. We need John on to talk about those stories for sure, because I would love to hear some behind the scenes Disney, but I got to know, you worked there for a long time. How much did they pay you to where you were like, yeah, I'm going to keep working here? Yeah. Because it would have to be a good sum for me to do it, to get up every day and know that.
I mean, I guess it also depends on what you're doing there. Like, obviously, some jobs are worse than others, but I still don't think I could do any of them.
How do you get to be Mickey? You know what I'm saying? That would be a cool job for a day.
Right. And then after that, you're just like, this is awful.
Because everybody wants you, right? They're all over you, all the kids. What would be a better position to punch kids than being Mickey? You know what I'm saying? Because they're all coming up to you. They're not running. They're running to you. And when they run, pow, pow, in a Mickey voice, you know? But yeah, so they only pay $15 an hour. So that's not enough for me to work there for more than one day.
It's a no for me, dog.
I would do it one day just to say I did it, and then I'd twist off. But
I don't think I'd make it the full 8-hour shift.
You don't think so?
Yeah, maybe an hour 15 in. I'm like, whatever, it's $20. I'm gonna go get lunch.
$20, $20, bud.
That's right.
$20 is not lunch at Disney, bud.
I mean, I'm going off the park.
Maybe you get an employee discount. I don't know.
Oh, maybe you get free food.
I mean, for $20, if it's an employee discount and I get like $1 churros, those churros are
now we're talking.
bomb. Those churros are bomb, bud.
Disney food in general is pretty good.
It is, yeah. I have not had like they have that Dole Whip pineapple ice cream, fire.
Yeah.
I had some kebabs at the safari place, fucking good, good stuff. This isn't the Disney podcast, but I'm excited about Disney. But here's the one question that I have to ask. I want to know the answer. What would you pay? What would you pay to not have to wait in any lines at Disney?
Per person or just
total? Yeah, for you, like you. So it's your person as a ticket. So if you're going with 5 people, you have to pay that times 5. But for you in general,
it's at least a couple $100
for sure.
Maybe 3.
Would you pay $350?
Probably, because here's the thing that I'm thinking. I've already paid X amount of dollars to be here. So now $350 is like a drop in the bucket to enjoy the experience that I've already paid probably thousands for.
Okay, because I did a little research. You can buy like a VIP tour, and you have to book it for 7 hours.
Okay.
And it starts at $500 an hour.
Holy shit, an hour?
But it's up to 10 people. That includes 10 people.
Oh.
So we're talking, okay, $3,500, 10 people, that's $350.
I'm in.
So here's what we need. We need to get BLPA together. All right. And we'll just take groups of fucking BLPA worldwide going to Disney. And we're just going to take Disney tours. And I think that this is the play. And we get to the front of every fucking ride.
So the tour includes like basically you can ride if you got it for 7 hours, you get 7 hours of doing whatever you want.
I'm not 100% in the know on that, but I mean you get to ride every ride. I would imagine every ride because you have a tour person taking you. See VIP tours, Lolo knows, right? So this is the thing. I'm going to do it. Okay,
I'm in.
That's where I'm at. Okay, I'm going to touch on Universal next, just because we're talking about lines. I love Universal too. Mario Land, badass.
Simpsons.
My kid loves The Simpsons, bud, and he doesn't even watch the show. I just let him watch parts. But look, here's what Carlos says. Touch on Disney. I used to go to Disneyland for 2 weeks every year in the mid-'90s when unrestricted annual passports were only $199, which included VIP parking, but they didn't have the line skipping themes back then. The line skipping theme back then, when I was 10 years old, that would be in 1992, was my grandmother was in a wheelchair. Perfect. And we got to the front of every single line, bro. Yeah. That was a line skipping thing. Yeah. Universal, same thing. My mother-in-law, because she didn't get to go to the VIP tour with us in April, which was badass. They take you to the front of her. It's fucking badass, right? She bought us unlimited front of the line passes this time. And they were for Universal. $312 or something like that. Well worth it. We rode every ride twice except for Mario. You can't even use the VIP for Mario, but we bought early access, so we were down there. We literally walked right onto the Mario Kart ride the first time. Perfect. Right? So what I'm saying is, I don't like to wait in lines. I will pay for it. $300, well worth it.
Yeah, 100%.
In my opinion. So if you'll just subscribe to us, so me and Jason can go next time. It's not. We're not even gonna take kids. We're going to take us. And we're gonna punch kids.
As Michael Jordan said, "Fuck them kids."
Yeah, and we're gonna punch kids. Yep. That's what it's gonna be. But it's all for content, so we're not gonna get arrested.
Yeah.
It's just what we'll do is we'll punch all these kids. They'll be crying. We'll say, "Aha! Hidden camera right over there," and everyone will laugh, and it'll be good. So okay, that's enough. Disney. Oh, I will tell you. How this goes in with Disney because it's gonna tie in with the SoCal decks. SoCal decks, fucking electric. Even though numbers were low this year. Bag skate for a lot of people, 8 and 9 skaters. It was tough. I thought Iceman was I was on Team Iceman.
Okay.
I thought we were 4-0. I thought no brainer. We've already whooped Viper. We're gonna take this one to the house. We didn't. Viper beat us by 2 goals maybe. They scored one late to go up by 2. So Viper, and then Iceman was second, and then third was Cougar, and then Maverick was 4th.
Ooh, Maverick all the way in 4th.
Which was my prediction all the way through. So I'm perfect on that one in 2024. But here's the deal. When I say I thought my team was going to win it, I couldn't play.
Why not? What happened?
I got injured at Disneyland.
What'd you do? Let's hear it.
I was dodging carts or strollers, dodging them at nighttime, walking through, dodging them. And I stepped on something and it was wet. And my knee just fucking locked up. Like, it was so painful. Like, it's still painful. I don't know what it is. It's not in my knee. It's right below it. That's why I'm going to the doctor today.
Okay, getting it fixed.
Everything I've looked up on WebMD says it could be cancer.
I was going to say cancer is probably the number one response.
Or runner's knee, which is weird because I don't do no
running. You don't run.
But there's like your IT band or something just goes down your hip and down to the thing. And when it gets aggravated, they say this is the pain but it is so fun. And it's not painful usually when I'm walking straight, but any type of incline, good God. And so my wife was like, you should probably try to stay off of it. I was like, why do you sound like Eeyore right now? And so I did. I was like, I'm to the point in my age that I'm listening.
Yeah, you're like, okay, that makes
good
sense.
Suggestions.
Yeah.
And it's painful. And then I rested for a couple of days and it felt better. And then I walked around Universal and here it is again. So I don't know what. So I couldn't play, which sucked because my team only had 8 skaters. But that probably would have aggravated it even more. Maybe.
Do you think it's just that you're getting old?
No, I don't. I mean, maybe. I would assume that. I would assume so. But like I've had a lot of problem, back, shoulder. I've never had knee issues.
Okay.
But, because they're supported by these calves.
Yeah, you do have some monster calves.
Yeah, a lot of what goes on in my legs is run through the power center called my calves.
Okay.
So it's hard to get through those, right?
Yeah.
And so I mean, yeah, I am getting old for sure, but I feel young.
Okay.
I'm at that point where I'm like, if I stop playing hockey or sports, I'm gonna be 400 pounds and I'm probably gonna die before I'm 50.
Yeah.
Right. And so I'm like, if I just keep active, and this is what people tell me, if you keep active, you can. I want to be there was a guy that came out. He didn't play in our tournament, but he played for a group called the Antiques.
Okay.
Old guy group. Right?
Old dudes. Antiques.
I got a story about the Antiques here in just one second, but we played. SoCal is so stupid. They make us play 2 games, have a 2-hour break, 2 games, 2-hour break, because they do public skates and stuff.
Okay.
And so this guy played before us, and he saw us, and he's like, well, could I play? I'm like, oh yeah, man, you could just pay whatever the prorated amount is here, you old fuck. I know he was born in 1933 because he gave me a playing card.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And he's like, listen, I can't play 2 games. I can play 1. I'm like, just give me $25. At first I was like, don't give me anything. He's like, no, I've got money. I'll pay. So I should have said, give me $3,000, but I didn't.
Right.
So he gave me $25 and he played, and he was fucking just an old fuck out there skating around. It was great. I mean, he loved it. He had a good time. He got ran one time by his own guy. And I thought, oh boy.
Well, he's dead.
I asked him what his name was, and he said Big Dick.
Okay.
And when what are you? What I say, 33?
Yeah, so he's 90.
Yeah, he's 90 years old. Yeah. And he and when a 90-year-old tells you, hey, just call me Big Dick.
You got it, Big Dick.
You got it, Big Dick. I mean, what am I gonna say? And he played, and he was a good guy. But I want to be like him. I want to be playing when I'm 90 years old.
Sure.
And I want to say things like, I'm bringing that Big Nick energy. I want to say cool shit like that, right? And so, here's a story about the Antiques.
Okay. Tell me.
I'm sitting outside. The rink is the coldest rink I've ever been in, by the way. Like, so I have to go outside. And they're like, oh, it's so cold outside. Ooh. It's like 60 degrees. Right? It felt great outside, actually.
Yeah.
So I have to go outside to work. So I'm outside before the game, in between it, and I'm just like doing work stuff on my phone. And these 3 or 4 guys are sitting around, and they just come out and they just start fucking blasting our jerseys about how stupid they are. Okay. This is the fucking stupidest jerseys I fucking see in there. Who would be caught dead wearing those? Yada, 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 yada. And I'm just sitting here like, damn, fuck. savage. And they turn to me and they say, hey, did you get a load of those jerseys? Go in there and look at them and tell us what you think about them. And at that point, I had to say, I don't got to go in and look at them. I own the company. I designed them. Their face. And like, well, we're just joking. They're not that bad. Ours are just cooler. But I'm like, hey, listen, bud, you're 90 years old. You don't need to be running backwards this quick.
It's
cool.
It's okay that you don't get the reference.
Yeah, and like their jerseys are this: black and a white, 2 stripes at the bottom, and it says antiques in the cursive writing that the New Jersey jerseys.
Yeah, which was the top shit back in 1943. Like that was the shit. They were like, damn, these are some state of the art jerseys.
Yeah, and so I'm like, and I said, hey, listen, you guys, you know what you think is cool. I think what I think is cool, and for us, it's not. We're not trying to create the coolest jersey. We're trying to be different. We're trying to be fun. We're trying to have fun. We're trying to get more people into the game, and people like these jerseys, so that's what we do, right? Yeah. And so we made friends, but I was still pretty fucking offended, and that begged the question: if I can beat up 100 6-year-olds, how many 90-year-olds could I beat up? Could have been those 3 for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think it's probably high as well. Because, you got to worry about old man strength, but only to a certain age, right? At a certain age, old man strength, you just become old man. Like, it's no longer old man strength. So I don't think 90-year-olds have old man strength.
But are they smart?
They've probably seen some shit.
Yeah, that's what worries me, right? I mean, I've seen some things too.
Right. But they've probably seen more. Yeah,
a lot more. I mean, at least 2.5 times more, probably.
Yeah.
So that was SoCal, and I want to give a shout out to this guy named Chris White. You don't know him, military guy.
Okay.
He's the most ridiculous person I've ever seen in my life. I actually wish I would have plugged in this live barn so I could show you. He's a goalie. He's different anyway. He is always drunk.
Okay.
So intoxicated, he can usually barely stand up on Saturday. Okay. But on Sunday, he brings the heat every time. He's actually won every single Dex that he's been in, except this one, and he took silver.
So he just tanks the first day and then comes in ready to play the next day?
I don't know if it's tanking on purpose. He's just drunk. He's the guy that the very first year in SoCal, he was on a table in the bar with his pants off. They kicked him out.
That's fair.
And 10 minutes later, he came back in, and I said, aren't you the guy we kicked out? He's like, no, not me. Wasn't me. And then proceeded to take his pants off again and get booed again. So, he's just that guy. He's the type of guy that whenever we're sitting at a table, I want to sit my phone down and just record. And then on this podcast, just play one Chris story, those type of people. Right. And so I just want to shout him out because he's a great dude. He's intoxicated. He's funny. Great goalie.
What do you think it is about Dexes that make people want to show their genitalia? The sexual energy in the air.
We're a safe space.
Okay.
One, when you have MCs that are as good looking as us, you kind of kick off that big sexual energy from the front end, right? And it has nowhere else to go but into other people. I didn't know.
Got it. That makes perfect sense, actually.
Oh boy. But no, I don't know. I mean, there has been some genitalia shown. Yeah. And listen, if you're watching this and you're worried about having it's not that.
It's not that common. And it's usually frowned upon. We're usually hey, don't. I
say it in my speech.
Yeah.
Keep covered what should be covered unless you have consent. Because we're all about consent, right?
Right.
And so, I don't know what it is, but it's just people fun. And here's the deal. People think we're just a fucking drunk fest.
A little
people drink.
Yeah, for sure.
But listen, I say that people work hard during the week.
Yeah.
We're working hard right now.
Yeah.
Doing podcasts right during the week, during fucking in the morning, maybe in the afternoon somewhere. I don't know. But people deserve to let loose when they're a weekend. And as long as you're not, the comments are just getting off the charts here.
Yeah.
on the weekend, you deserve to let loose. You've been working hard. And if you can do it in a safe spot, a safe space, no one's getting hurt, what's the big deal? I mean, if I have to see a butthole every now and again, that's what I do for the people.
Well, so I was in Cleveland when the butthole made its appearance. I wasn't at the rink because I was sick, so I went home straight after the draft was over. But I did hear that the person asked everyone in attendance before showing his butthole. So,
well, that's good. But let me ask you this: if someone asked you, "Hey, you want to see my butthole?" I mean, you at that point you're like, "I'll call his bluff." Hell yeah, show it to me. I mean, because we've been drinking, so
right.
hell yeah. You don't think the guy's gonna actually do it,
right?
But he did, and other people have as well, right? And now people.
So what we're saying is, be careful when you're calling someone's bluff.
Yes,
because you might
when you're calling their bluff, you're also giving consent.
100%.
So you can't say "ooh" butthole when you said show it.
Yeah, show it.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's just that's just the way of the world, I guess. So we're going to Philly. Philly is a banging time, by the way. I mean, have you been to Philly?
I haven't.
You should maybe think about coming to Philly too.
When is the date?
Very first weekend of March.
Is it
week before Tampa?
First weekend of March? No,
it's February. Yeah.
When's Tampa?
Second weekend of March.
Yeah, I'm going to Tampa.
But you can do both.
Probably not.
Why not both? Mirrors.
I'll try, but we'll see.
I always say mirrors, and I think most people don't realize what I'm saying. There was a time where Jason wanted to come to a tournament, and he just made it off the cuff like, "Well, I'm buying mirrors right now," or something.
Yeah, we needed new mirrors for our bathroom. So, like, to prep my wife, I was just like, "Hey, I bought you these awesome new mirrors for the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Can I go to the Sticks?"
And
it worked. Yeah, it did. So now Nick always suggests if I have to ask, I just buy some mirrors.
Well, yes. And here's one question I meant to ask you when I was at your house in Nashville, and I was talking to Kate, and she was wearing like her Eras Tour T-shirt because she went to the Taylor Swift concert.
Yep.
And I asked her, "Well, did you go alone?" Yes. Why would you not go to the Eras concert with her? Just as a like to build up like some Dex credit.
Yeah. So when we bought tickets, we got 3, but they were all singles. Like buying tickets was crazy.
Yeah.
So she got 3, but they were all singles, like spread out over the thing or whatever. So I just sold 2 of them, and it paid for all 3, so she could go for free. And then I just stayed home with the kids.
Okay, so it wasn't like I just don't want to go.
Right. If we would have had 2 tickets together, I probably would have went.
Okay. I'm not a big concert guy because like it's
either.
When you look at like the Taylor Swift pictures, like you can see her like
this big.
Yeah, and it's just like, what's the point? Like I can just listen to her CD.
Yeah.
And and be good. And I do like Taylor. I mean, me and Tay, we go on some road trip bangers
I like
together.
Taylor too.
And so I've never been a big unless it's like an intimate, like a venue where you like, you can really get the feel. But when you're doing like stadium, it doesn't make sense to me. But
yeah,
teach their own.
I'm not a big concert guy. I was when I was younger, but like, I don't want to go stand for 3 hours either, like in the same spot. It's not my thing.
Yeah. I mean, I think I want to do live podcast. I don't know if we do a stadium podcast. Maybe one day we'll get to that level. But I still think like a live podcast in an intimate venue. Like, can you imagine all these people? Like, here's a guy that says no buttholes. I always feel Nick's energy in me. Can you imagine those people in the crowd chirping us while we're podcasting? That'd be hard.
I think we need to make it happen in Savannah. Like Savannah, we need to do that.
We'd have to get there early enough to do it, or Sunday night.
Yeah, we could do it Sunday night.
Okay.
Like a wrap up podcast.
Yeah, but we'd have to actually.
I'm gonna ref a little bit in that tournament as well.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I found the mics, but I can't find the camera. The camera's lost. The camera's lost.
Get it done.
It's not a cheap camera. It's like $5,000. And I can't find it anywhere. I know the last place I had it. And it was in the trailer, and now it's just not there. I don't know what's going on. So hopefully we can locate that. I mean, I really don't want to have to spend another $5,000 on a camera.
Yeah,
that's
a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. So like I said, Philly's coming up this weekend. Electric time in Philly as always. I'm super stoked. I'm going to eat some cheesesteaks.
Okay.
So if maybe I'll do um, some content around
Some cheesesteaks.
cheesesteaks. Just me nomming them. Maybe I can
You
do a
should do.
blind.
You should start doing like a Portnoy type thing where instead of pizza, obviously he's got that wrapped up. You just wherever you are, you go eat whatever the famous food from that place is because everywhere's got something that
Yeah, they
like
do.
they're
Yeah,
known for, and then you just rate it, on a scale of 1 to 10 too, based on just like an overall. Because like I feel like the pizza thing is kind of lame because it's like if it's his style, it gets a good score. If it's not his
yeah,
style, it gets a bad score. This is different because it's like you got to rate it based on all different types of food. Like, just is it good or not?
yeah, yeah. Okay, I could do that. I mean, because I know we got in Minnesota, you got the Juicy Lucy's.
There you go.
In Texas, obviously, you got barbecue.
Yep.
In Oklahoma, you got onion fried burgers.
Perfect.
Nashville hot chicken,
Chicken. Yeah.
a cheesesteak. But people have been asking me to bring back bench burgers, and I want to first shout out that was actually Jeff Peck's content when it first started. Like he was doing bench burgers, but then he stopped, and then I started, and I didn't want to step on his toes. But now fuck Jeff Peck, with all due respect.
With all due respect.
Yeah, negative shout out Jeff Peck for being hurt and not being able to play. So maybe I will. But the problem is the rating system is so hard, right? Because it's just like Portnoy. Like if it's his style, he like because I like thin crust pizza. So
Sure.
if I went to Giordano's, I'd be like,
It's
"Ugh."
terrible.
I'd be like, no bites. Everybody knows the rules because this pizza sucks.
Yeah, but I think it's a little bit better, like just on like, would you eat it again? Because it's so different.
Oh yeah, I got you. Okay, yeah,
Like what if I would eat it again? It's a high score. If I wouldn't eat it again, it's a low score. And I think you're like me. You're not picky. Like I'll eat anything. Like
yeah,
at
yeah,
least
yeah. I mean,
once.
I'll try anything for sure.
Yeah.
You know, someone asked, is the BLPA tattoo session still a thing for Savannah? Are we doing tattoos in Savannah, or are you getting your guy? Don't
Oh
you
no,
have a guy?
in Savannah, there's a walk-in shop in Savannah. I'm gonna hook us up with appointments.
Okay.
We got to get there a day before though.
I mean, I'll be there Thursday. Can we do it like Friday morning?
Yeah,
Okay, Friday
I'll make
morning.
it happen.
Okay, I gotta figure out where this thing is gonna go on my body. I think I'm just gonna go like titty, like
I'm
above the
just gonna
titty.
take my clothes off and be like, I'll tell you
Fine.
first, pick a spot.
Well, what if he says your face?
That's where it's going.
Okay. Well, you can cover it up with a beard, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right, you can have
We're
Rick.
good. Nice. Okay, and then after that, we got Binghamton Pond Hockey Festival. A little smaller than I thought it would be. We're gonna have about 20 teams, but 20 teams is 20 teams. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're gonna do that. What's the food in Savannah? We should ask people that too. If we're going, what's the food in Savannah that would be?
I've got
popular?
correspondence in Savannah,
Okay.
so I'll
Well,
ask as well. But if you know in the chat, let us know. If
we
you
need,
have handy to Google, maybe you could Google it for us.
okay, yeah, BLPA. We have BLPA correspondence, is what you're saying. Okay, we can do that. So we need the Savannah food. Philly, I'm going to do cheesesteak. Maybe I'll do them all on the bench.
That's a
It'll be
great.
like, I mean, bench burgers, but we'll just do
Yeah, I
bench.
think that would make great content. Like you literally come off for a shift and someone hands it to you recording, and you take a bite, and you're like 7.6, and then like you're back out for your next shift.
I hope I didn't skate very hard. I hope it was like an easy skate because I don't want to puke all over the place, right? So,
I think
so
one
we got,
bite will be okay. Don't
okay.
don't be a little girl.
No, I'm not gonna be a little girl. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
But listen, he always has one bite. Everyone knows the rules, and it's not.
It takes multiple bites.
Yeah. And he only eats cheese. I saw something where like someone made him, like hand made him a pizza, like a custom pizza.
Yeah,
And he said,
trashed it.
yeah, and it's just like, Dave, but that's his stick, right? Like I'm too nice.
I like Dave. So like to me, the guy brought him a pizza with bacon and pepperoni on it. If you know Dave, Dave, that's the wrong thing to do.
That is. Yeah, I get it too. But at some point, like for me, like I'm like, oh, this guy took time out of his day to make me a pizza. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. And maybe Dave did behind the scenes.
Well, did you watch the video? Like you could tell he was like pained that he was about to have to break this dude's
heart. Oh yeah, I know.
Because he was like, he's like, do I stay true to who I am or do I give this dude a decent score? Like that's an awkward moment.
Yeah, you always have to stay true to who you are, right? And that's it's a hard part to be a dick. But when you've made all your money being a dick, then you just what I'm saying. Yeah. So I see we got stuff rolling in. We got mini hot dogs in Albany, which I've had those mini hot dogs. With Jeff Peck on the IR, has the passing improved? No.
Listen, I have to step in here. There will be no Jeff Peck non-passing slander in my house. Will not happen. I had a natural hat trick in the first period in Iceland of the first game, with all 3 primary assists coming from Jeff Beck. Just saying. Just saying.
Listen, I'll allow the slander because it makes for good content. Fuck Jeff Beck. I mean, with all due respect, I mean, I mean, listen, the guy don't pass. Like, I've had time. And listen.
Okay, I'm listening.
I'm not the player you are, Jason. You know, okay. I don't score like you. My strengths lie elsewhere.
Okay.
And he has not passed me the puck, and maybe that's why, because he knows I'm not burying it. He has passed it to me one time. There was one time I remember I was wide open in the slot, and I flubbed it. I mean, that happens, right? I mean, he's acting like he scores every time he goes down the ice, right? And so, I think that's just, But I think, whatever. Yeah, okay. Here's what I'm going to say. Yeah, the passing has improved.
Okay.
Well, did you know that Dave Portnoy bet $1 million on Michigan?
I did. I follow Dave, like all the accounts that, Barstool and all
those. Yeah, you're a big Barstool guy.
Yeah, and I bet on Alabama, not quite $1 million, but so he won and I lost.
That's all right. Did you bet against Texas?
I actually bet the over in that game, which hit.
Hit, nice. Yeah, if you could, I think there could have been an over on how many passing yards Penix would have had, and I would have bet over 2 because that guy just fucking balls out.
Dude, some of those passes, he was literally just dropping them into dude's arms. It was nuts.
The dude can. I think he should have been the Heisman winner. One, we're gonna go on a college football tangent here. Here's what I like about college football this year. One, the national title has no SEC teams, which is nice, refreshing.
Okay.
2, Texas got beat.
Yeah.
And so I just want to remind all the Texas fans in here, University of Oklahoma is better than you. They beat you this year. And you also got the same number of college football playoff wins that Oklahoma did. So go there. And 2, as much as I hate NIL, it looks like it's kind of starting to even filled out in some places, right? Like I'm looking at the Missouris seem to be dropping bags on players. Texas A&M spends the most. They just are perpetually shitty, and so it doesn't matter how much they spend. But I hate NIL. They need to tighten up the rules on this stuff. Go ahead.
What do you think about a guy getting an NIL deal and then not playing in a bowl game because it's nothing for the national championship?
Well, that's the issue, right? I think that the issue is not playing in bowl games, being able to transfer before the season is over.
Yeah,
sucks. And I also think that there should be a limit on the transfers. I think there should be I do think that eventually they're going to put a salary cap on NIL stuff.
Yeah.
Being able, they say, you can't go after players that haven't declared, but we know it's happening.
Yeah, for sure.
And so there needs to be something.
Just like we knew they were paying players before. It was on the table instead of.
Listen, Brian Bosworth came out during Oklahoma's bowl game and was trashing like NIL and dark money. And here I'm thinking like, come on, Boz. Yeah. You were getting paid when it was illegal to get paid, Right. So unless you start regulating it, it's almost like we were having this conversation. We were having this conversation in the locker room. This is not about sports; it's about prostitution.
Okay.
We were having this conversation in the locker room about how I went and got a massage one time, and they asked me, did I want a hand job, right? And I said no.
You did, but you said no.
Not because, I did.
I want one, but I said
no. Not because I'm against prostitution. I mean, it's the oldest profession in the world, right? But it's because I know if I ever said yes, that's when the police would come in and I would be plastered all over. International Beer League Playboy arrested for, But then I just got to talking to the lady, and like she wasn't a sex slave or anything. Like this is how she made her money. I asked her how much it was, and she's like, usually $60. And then I started doing math, $60 for a hand job. And at first I was like $60 for like 3 minutes. Holy shit. But then there's the hour in there, right? So I went on the math of she doesn't get paid anything but the tips. Let's just say that, right? So $60 an hour. She said she's working 10 hours a day, basically doing 10 massages a day. That's $600 a day. All right. So if you do that time seven times, that's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of fucking money. $4,200 a fucking week. And then times 10, That's 42,000, and then times 5, because that would make 50, right?
Yeah.
That's 200,000. If you work 7 days a week, that's $200,000 a year tax free.
Yeah, which is like making like $350,000 a year taxed.
And so you could basically work 6 months out of the year, given handers, for $100K tax free.
I'm in.
That's a no brainer.
Yeah.
In my world, right? And so we just started having the conversations around, that kind of stuff. And my response was, this is I'm so surprised that the United States has not legalized it, regulated it, and taxed the fuck out of it.
Right.
Because people are doing it. We know they're doing it.
Everything illegal in this country that's like that, the things that don't hurt people, is because they haven't figured out the right way to profit off of it. The government, that's why alcohol was illegal at one time. It's why marijuana is illegal in a lot of states now. It's why prostitution is illegal, because they're like, we can't get our piece of the pie. People can do it and not pay. But to me, if you're smart, you do it right, and you put the parameters around it to make it safer and legal for people, they'll pay their taxes on it.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. And like, a lot of the problem is, well, we don't want to do it. One, they don't want to do it because America is this Christian. I just say that they say there's no national religion, but it's a Christian nation, one nation under God, indivisible. Whatever. I'm not saying anything bad about that. I don't want everyone on me about religion, because I don't care. I'm a live and let live type of guy.
Sure.
But have you seen how many fucking preachers are touching boys? Like, they're having sex. Like, it's just what it is, right? And so why don't you just fucking regulate it? Because the one thing is like, oh, we don't do prostitution because you got sex slaves. And it's like,
you don't participate.
Yeah, well, you don't have to participate, one. And two, you know why they have sex slaves? Because it's illegal and people need it. So if you legalize it, well, bam.
Right.
You're probably still going to have it on some level, for sure. I'm sure there's still some dummies that are buying illegal weed from their dealers in pizza boxes, right? It's, but I mean, that's not what this show is about. But it was a conversation. This is a conversation that we had in the locker room.
Well, back to my original comment that led us to prostitution. I think if you get an NIL deal, you should have to play the entire season, including a bowl game, even if it's not a playoff game.
Yeah,
because you're now an employee, in my opinion.
I would really like to see. Well, yeah, an employee of who? Because the schools aren't actually paying the NIL deals.
Yeah, but it's boosters through the
right?
school. So then you're an employee of the booster, and the booster probably wants you to play in the bowl game because
100. Yeah, we need to. I wonder what it would cost for us to get like a college hockey player on an NIL deal on the BLPA.
That'd be the shit.
I mean, you got to sub to our Facebook to get it for us, so we can have money to give to NIL.
I'll reach out to Matthew Wood, the Preds first round pick, and see if he'd be interested.
Yeah, reach out. Well, now he's with the Preds, but he's in college.
He's still playing college, yeah.
Oh yeah, reach out to him. But anyway, listen, we're not getting in the massage parlor business.
I mean, I will if it's profitable.
Yeah, I mean, listen, money's money, right? We're trying to do a business, and what a weird episode this has been.
That's what happens when you freeball it.
Well, we have been freeball. We haven't planned a show like the last 4 or 5 times.
And listen, I might be biased, but I think they've been pretty good. People can tell us if they've been bad, we'll start planning better. But I think we freeball pretty good.
We do need to plan. If we're gonna do live shows, we got to plan.
Yeah.
You know what? We can't just be up there talking. We can't be talking about their dick rubbing up on we didn't even ask, like, you didn't even give us a fucking dick particle index report this morning. So
listen, when I get more followers on Twitter that actually respond to my dick particle index, I'll start reporting it better.
Okay, follow Jason, Beer League Jason on Twitter. X
challenge is out there.
Yeah. See, someone just asked, what's today's DP index?
It's pretty low today because if you go outside here in Nashville, it's cold as fuck. So everyone's bundled up, so the DP index is pretty low.
Yep. So, all right, well, here's what's going on. We got a lot of stuff on the go. Come play with us. I got to go to a doctor for this knee that I hurt at Disneyland, moving and shaking out there, because it gets wild, fucking Disneyland.
Yeah.
And this Chris McMahon wants us to do live at the fire pit in Philly. Well, Jason won't be there, but I could probably get down on a little live casty at the around the fire pit. It's supposed to rain on Saturday, but we could figure that out. The last thing I wanted to touch on is pins.
Okay.
I don't know, you're not on Facebook, so you haven't seen my thing. Cooper's getting into like Disney pins.
Yeah, trading pins at Disney. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I thought I should make some BLPA pins because people like to collect our shit.
Yeah, like the trading situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I fucking like this so far.
I've made an order for the first 10 pins.
Okay.
As a VIP, you'll get one in your box every month.
Oh shit.
And there'll only be 200 of each pin.
I love it.
I'm out there, but then we're gonna make some special edition pins. Like there's gonna be a BLPA Big Show pin. There's going to be a Nikki Kamish pin. There'll be a Limbacher pin.
Okay.
There'll be a Ringer Peck pin.
Okay.
There'll be a Trash Can Dan pin, and it's going to look like a trash can with Dan's face on it. But we got to figure out how people get these.
Okay.
Because we want these ones to be like limited edition. We want these to be the highly collectible ones.
Okay.
And what they got, and I think I'm even going to make them like highest score at the decks. We'll have a pin. Last draft pick at the decks have a pin. So there's going to be some cool stuff. I just realized that like a lot of people are like collecting our jerseys and doing that kind of stuff. And I thought, well, let's make something else fun. And I think this could be fun. I think it could be fun. I got to get some designers. Maybe we'll do some jersey pins. I've got outlined a lot of the themes already, at least through March. Do you want to hear them before we get going? I have 11 more minutes before I have to get off here. Hold on. Let me pull up this post and I'll let you know. Obviously, you know what Philly is. Yeah. Oh, you don't know what Tampa is?
No.
Okay, Savannah is Ghost Pokemon.
Yeah, you told me that. I'm excited.
I told you that one. Have you seen the Gengar?
No.
Oh, I'll send it to you because you're not on Facebook. Let me see. I'm just trying to find this update. Give me an update. Oh, theme update. Here it is. Found it. Okay, Philly 2. It's NHL Legos.
Okay.
Omaha, Dr. Seuss.
All right, I knew that one.
Tampa, Harry Potter.
Let's go.
Boston, this is going to be a weird one because you're going to say no, that it should be in New York, but Friends.
That is a weird one.
Matthew Perry is from Boston.
Okay, I'll allow it.
Ann Arbor is going to be Post and Kellogg cereals.
Okay.
That's where Post and Kellogg, it used to be the cereal capital of the world.
I knew that, yeah.
Cleveland, animated cartoons, The Cleveland Show.
Okay.
Etc.
Yeah.
Japan, Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I saw the one for that one.
Albany, Fuck Peck theme. That's a deal. I just put that in there. It's not, looks like Pittsburgh is going to be an Andy Warhol theme.
Okay.
Oklahoma City, Trailer Park Boys.
Oh, solid.
Did I say Pittsburgh was going to be Warhol? I have Warhol here, but I also have a Shorzy theme going. I just don't know where we're going to put it at.
Okay.
So then we got the other. Those are the only ones I have up till then. So I'm making a concerted effort to get these things in, so we can boom it out, get some them jersey pins made.
Okay, I like it.
That'd be cool. So that's kind of what we're doing for the pins. So see you later, Steve. See you this weekend. I don't know if pins will replace the patches for the Dexes because the pins are far more expensive than the patches. And I wanted to do patches, but we just weren't getting artwork soon enough. And so I couldn't get the patches in as much as I wanted to do that. And I also hadn't been seeing the patches on anything. And so I was like, well,
all mine are in a drawer somewhere.
Yeah. So then we have Albany and stuff as well. So we got a lot of cool ones coming up. So, there's where we're at.
All right. Well, good luck at your doctor's appointment. Hopefully your old man knee gets better.
I also need some prescriptions, but it's really going for me. I take 5 pills a day, so you guys know.
Just because you're a man, you're 40.
Well, I'm diabetic, so we're on some preventative stuff. We're on some preventative medicines too.
Yeah.
And then I got the old anti-anxiety medicines, and then I got my stomach meds because my stomach's been pretty good actually here lately, so I'm pretty happy about that. So we'll try. I'm gonna be in Monday, Tuesday. We'll probably do it. You want to do another Tuesday afternooner
Yeah, I think we should.
next week? We'll do a Tuesday. We'll do a Tuesday morning afternooner. I'll be in Oklahoma, so I'll be in Central Time Zone. And then we'll go from there. And hey, thanks for joining us. A lot more turnout during the day. I guess people really are procrastinating at work.
Yeah, we love it.
I like
We
that. I like
support that because that's what I do.
Yeah, and we're getting you paid to watch us.
Yeah, you're
So,
welcome.
as a friend, you should pay us to watch us. This is for, not me, Jason. We're trying to get Jason paid. Do you want Jason to stay here? Do you want us to bring back other people? No, we want Jason. We want Jason. All right, guys. Hey, anything to add before we go?
I don't think so.
No. Come play with us. Follow him, Beer League Jason on Twitter X. He needs more followers to get the Dick Particle Index in. Follow me, Nicker Jones on Twitter, the Nicker Jones on Instagram. Nick loves the number 2 puck on Snapchat. Want all them Nick pics. And other than that, guys, be good or be good at it. Love you.